Subnautica is an indie game on Steam that was first released in early access on December 16th, 2014. The game, it wasn't much at first. It was just a survival game set on an alien planet composed fully of water, where there wasn't much to do except survive, build bases, explore, create vehicles, etc. The game has since been updated and it's almost at its full 1.0 release, which is set for January 16th, 2018. There has been tons of content that's been added to the game, tons of content update, music changes and voice line changes, voice acting in the first place. But unfortunately, since many people have been playing it since those updates, before each update comes out, and then they look at it as they come out, the game is going to lose the magic that we want to experience. Now, if you are trying to stay away from the game and wait to see what it has to offer when it fully releases, I give you massive respect. We need more people like you. But I have to warn you, stay away from this first part of the video. I'll leave a timestamp on screen that you can skip to. And yeah, because it is going to contain spoilers. Subnautica takes place when your ship, the Aurora, is crashing down on a distant planet out of Federation space, which we can assume is the places in space that have been colonized by humans. And that makes rescue unlikely. You successfully get into your escape pod and launch. However, your pod is damaged shortly after being launched and you are knocked out by the damaged equipment. You wake up to the pod being on fire, and after a struggle to get out of your seat, you're able to pick up a fire extinguisher and put it out. You exit the escape pod to see a world full of water with no land in sight. The only thing in your vision is the crashed Aurora. After much supply gathering, you are able to repair the life pod and give the place some light. And you can also repair the communications relay, which will then allow you to hear distress signals from other life pods. Once you do hear them, you are given the coordinates to go and find the life pods and try to save the people inside of them. But to no avail, as every life pod that you come across is empty with a large hole in the side of it. With each life pod having an abandoned PDA that you can listen to hear what was going on in the life pod shortly before these people went missing. We may also note that in between these events, the Aurora experiences a quantum detonation in the drive core, causing a massive explosion that spreads radiation all around the ship.
Emergency. A quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
After even more supply gathering and building, you can build Seamoth, which can allow you to traverse the area faster than you ever could. You are then able to get to the rendezvous coordinates for where everyone is supposed to meet in the event of a crash. This place is the first actual body of land that isn't covered in water. But what's so weird about this is that it's not even on the ground. It's floating on the surface of the water, and it's being held up by these giant pink orbs known as floaters. And these floaters are usually just, small orb-like in size, but these are giant and able to hold up an entire island, multiple of these. Once you go onto this island though, there are no Aurora survivors unfortunately. Instead, what you find is an abandoned base that seems to have been there for decades. Upon investigation, you find that this was the base of the Degassi crew, which was a ship that came to this planet way before we did, and had also crashed. Our character came on a colonization mission, but there was also a separate crew of people that was coming to this planet in search of the Degassi crew in an attempt to rescue them. This was when the suspicion starts of why did we both crash on this same very planet. We learned that one of the crew members wanted to go deeper down into the planet since it had been raining so much and was going to drown out the plants that they needed for food. And we'll continue their story in a moment. While you're finding these life pods, you are also getting messages from Avery Quinn, who's the captain of the trading ship the Sunbeam. They came when the Aurora sent out a SOS upon its crash. Unfortunately, our character is unable to talk back to Avery Quinn, but they also find a massive debris field, which is the crash site of the Aurora and beyond. So Avery decides to come and land to try and save us. When he sends you more and more messages, he finally gives you the place where the Sunbeam can land, which is another body of land on the alien planet. The game then gives you a timer of when the Sunbeam is going to land, which is about 40 minutes or so. And once you go to the landing site, you find this strange alien building with a large energy source. Once you investigate it, you find this building actually serves as a gun that will shoot down any ship that attempts to enter or leave the planet's atmosphere. You can attempt to disable it, but it denies you because you are infected. At this point, you're not sure what the infection is, but your AI companion hints at it when you do a self-scan, and it says that it detects traces of foreign bacteria. The building then gives you coordinates to a disease research facility deep within the planet. Unfortunately, you cannot get to it in time for the Sunbeam to land. So, you have to watch the Sunbeam attempt to land, but to no avail as the gun shoots it down. And this time, there will be no survivors, as the Sunbeam was such a small ship that the entire thing was destroyed when it was shot down. Then, after going down into the depths, you can also find the next Degassi base, where they were fine until the same crew member wanted to go even deeper down into the planet. So they do, and on your way to the disease research facility, you will find their final base, where you learn that the insane crew member that always demanded to go even deeper down brought a Reaper Leviathan into the base. Just about knocked out, the Reaper then gets free, and from what we can see, kills the Degassi crew, all except for one who retreats back to the original island and leaves one last abandoned PDA.
Let's play it. This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months. After all that time in the deep, I'd been dreaming of it. Now that I'm back here, I'm finding it hard to enjoy alone. My father was right. We should never have left this place. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do not want us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. The visions are getting worse. Marguerite and Father are now part of the ecosystem of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view.
Once you arrive at the disease research facility, you'll see that the facility has been broken into and, for the most part, destroyed. Shortly before you arrive, you find the skeleton of a sea dragon leviathan with a lethal head injury, almost as if it had crashed into something. Upon investigating the facility, you find that the aliens that operated this facility had the baby of a sea dragon, and it tried to get it back to no avail, only killing itself in the process. The facility then points you into another direction, a facility deep within the planet inside a castle-like structure that was providing power to all the other structures on the planet. Again, it doesn't really help you much. It gave you more information of what was going on while this precursor race of aliens was here researching this disease that they named the Karar. It then points you down to the very last facility, a place filled with relics owned by the race of aliens, one even being a sword, once owned by a Mongolian human, with the blood of multiple heads stained on it. This shows that the aliens know what humans are, as they clearly have been to Earth at one point or another. Clearly, hundreds of thousands of years ago, it seems like. But at the very end of this facility is something they hinted at for so long. This thing had even communicated with you at some points after visiting each facility. The thing that could save you from this horrible disease that has killed thousands across the universe because it is immune to it. The one thing that has been imprisoned since the aliens have been here, the Sea Emperor Leviathan. However, this Leviathan was different from the rest. It was more intelligent and passive, and is able to talk to you telepathically. It tells you how the precursors came here and built the walls around her and attempted to force her babies from their eggs and try to cure the disease. By helping her and opening the portal that could allow her babies to escape, she gives you the blueprints for the hatching enzymes, which will allow the babies to come out of their eggs. After an emotional moment, when the babies hug their mother goodbye, she gives you one last message.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you. Their freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land. Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
The babies then drop their enzymes that can allow you to cure yourself of this disease, and deactivate the gun. After that, you are then able to build your spaceship and leave the planet for Federation space. Now this story sounds incredible, doesn't it? I mean, it just sounds amazing and so mysterious and cool at the same time. Now just think about it, playing through the game for the first time and experiencing all of that, you know, and not one after the other, you know, waiting for updates, playing them one after the other and stuff, you know, they're all just there and you play through the game and you experience all of that for the first time. All in one continuous row of events. You know, YouTubers say that, like every YouTuber that plays Subnautica says that now, because they won't be able to, and in fact, very few people will even be able to. Now, Subnautica is an amazing game, no doubt about that. Alright, I fully recommend it when it fully releases. However, it's gonna lose the magic that some of us are going to have. It's gonna lose that mysterious experience, you know? I'm experiencing all of that for the first time and stuff, you know? Like, it's gonna lose that feeling of mystery, that feeling of, you know, being cool, seeing these amazing things and these amazing creatures, when there's already tons of YouTube videos that just show you everything already. And since these YouTubers have played it and recorded it and put it on their channels, their audiences have watched them play through the game, so then they won't get that amazing, mysterious experience that most others who haven't watched any YouTube videos will. You know, it's not going to feel so mysterious anymore. So if you are going to play Subnautica when it fully releases, I give you massive respect. And if you haven't even heard of Subnautica, you haven't played it, wait till it fully releases. I promise you, it'll be an amazing experience. It's a survival game, so there's going to be a bit of supply gathering and stuff. It's not just one giant linear story. But it's a really good game, so I recommend you try it out. That was just my thoughts on the game's future release. It's going to be good, but goddamn, I just want that feeling of mystery, you know? Thanks for watching the video. I haven't really seen any other YouTubers touch up on this. But so I just thought, why the hell not? So, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Memes